So on the last one we had, the player would walk to the teleporter up here and then end up over here, and then we set the camera to be just an instant on the camera side. Well, this time around, let's go ahead and do, instead of actually just moving it here, let's say that when the player walks in, we do a screen transition on the exit. That way we'll have it like fade into black, and then when it comes over here, we'll just have it instantly show up with the room that the player is inside of. So in order to make that happen, let's do a couple of things here. First, let's go to our screen transition. And on the screen transition, the default that comes up, we just need to change a couple of things for it. The start pause for button, we want to uncheck this one. On the screen settings option, let's go ahead and take this, we want to make this a little bit faster. We'll say that it only takes 6 to actually make it go down. We'll do a delay on the start transition 2. We'll take our delay between down to 6. The delay here, if we wanted to have a out and then it comes back in after, we could do that too. But for the moment, we're going to leave the reverse off. And then we'll do the stay on at end. We're going to turn this one off as well. Alright, so that's all we're going to have to set up for this guy. So we'll go back to our teleporter. We'll go to the trigger event for the teleporter, and we'll click on a screen transition. So what we're saying, so let's go ahead and go out of this mode. What we're saying is that when the player triggers an event on the teleporter, it's going to send a message over here and say, hey, I've been triggered, do something. So let's go to our screen transition, and we're going to click on the teleporter option right here. And the teleporter has an option that when you enter it, if you use your mouse and go left and right, you'll see a little text box come up, and this is just temporary, but it's to give you a verbal indicator as to what these each do. This one's going to be teleporting. This is on the start of teleporting, and then teleport end. So what we could do is we could say for right now that on the start teleporting, we want to go down here and we want to say the screen event is going to be triggered. That way when it starts to teleport, we'll actually say that this is going to start to go into it there. Then you can go ahead and click on this to close it out. Now there's a little bit of a bug. If you noticed, the screen transition moved over to here, and not to worry, we can just move it back over here. We'll have this one fixed later in the week. Okay, so what this will do now is that it'll move him into that right spot, and then once he's in there and he's moved over, the screen will disappear and go back to the regular state it was before. Alright, so let's go ahead and push. Oh, actually, let's make sure our double check on this one here. On the teleport to position, we should just have it set for, we'll say start time will be, we'll go for about, we'll say 8, so it'll move into position right after the screen transition clears, goes out. Alright. And in order to get rid of this one, if you actually go here and you go to position, just in case you're interested in it, you can go to position and then close it back out, and then that actually fixes the bug, but we'll make it a permanent fix. Okay, so we're gonna push play. Oh, actually we didn't get the block in the right spot. We'll go ahead and move the block over. Let me go back real fast here and move the block back up. So now when we have the player moving around, we can actually be kind of create an environment for him now. So he's in this scene, he moves around, and when he starts to move up into it, the screen goes in, and then it starts where he is inside of this room. And then because it's a screen transition, it actually, because it's the trigger event, it doesn't play when he comes back through here. It's only going to play when he enters the trigger in that area right there. And then just to kind of show a little bit extra here, we'll add one more part so that you can kind of see why you would want to do this. So in a typical game for this one, what would we normally have? We would have items, we might have weapons, we might have coins. So the player comes in to investigate, and he finds that he has a weapon that he can use, and he has a coin that he can pick up. I guess he's looting the house right there. Or it could be his own house, and he's coming back to get things. So we go in, and now we can come over, we can get our weapon, we can get our coin. Now, do you notice how the screen moves right here? If you want to, actually we'll do it a little bit later, but you can add the camera effects, the camera triggers, so that, for instance, you can move here, but then when you move into here, you can have it set to the camera's locked into one place, and it could be center of screen. That way, when you move, you could say that you don't want movement on the camera while you're here, and then just reset the camera when you get back out of there. Alright, so there you go. Just kind of a nice, easy way to set up the transition screen with the teleporter, and then create that effect of going into a room.